Hi and welcome to another video of Dad's RC Hangar. Today is the Maiden-ish. The reason I've called it the Maiden-ish is we had a bit of an accident. Let's get to it. Okay, welcome back, and I hope you're all doing great. I hope some of you have had a bit of a holiday. I've had a few days which I'm going to share in another movie where I actually got to sit in a Spitfire in the Heritage Hangar in Biggin Hill, and that was an experience that I'll never forget for the rest of my days. Anyway, enough of that. We'll make a little video of that. If you follow my Facebook, Dad's RC Hangar, then you'll be able to see all the pictures that I uploaded anyway. Anyway, back to the Maiden of the Riot V2. Now, this is going to be a bit more than a Maiden video. I was thinking, should I make two videos? No, let's just keep it as one. So what I'll do is that I will probably stop right here, and probably I'll just chuck in the bits of movie, the bit of flight that went on. I haven't got it in front of me, so I can narrate maybe later on, but let's just watch this couple of clips of the actual Riot flying. Okay, as you can see, it wasn't much of a flight, maybe because I crashed. And that wasn't so much because of the Riot, it's because of me. And it's really weird that I crashed a Watt 4, foamy Watt 4, and this crashed in exactly the same place. So I don't know if there's any alien transmissions or something from outer space that's at that point, but I steer clear of that point. But yeah, so I mean, I mean, if I can show you up close, I don't know if you can see all that bit bent up. Obviously, I did spray the cowling; that's all scratched up. We got a bit of a bash. Let me just say here, we got our strut that you'd actually think it's from a Spitfire now. The wings are back here. They didn't fare too bad. One wing is okay. Well, no, that's not actually. Was that the wing? One wing got torn. I think it was this one. Yeah, the back arse got torn out of it there, which I did say about me gluing and not gluing. And then that kind of, it's got a bit denting. Now, this is all, I suppose, fixable. You know, I could dip this in the water, get the creases out. I don't know. But next to me on the left hand side, as you can see here, I brought another one, which I did have a great flight with the other day at we had a barbecue in the field when it was a lovely day, sunshine, and I think I went through about 9 batteries, obviously recharging. Fantastic. Now there's something that you need to know. I've yet to phone Century UK. But this came, if you remember, this came as a Riot V2 with modifications, and we had to, you know, put different things on the servos and cut the wire down, all that sort of lovely stuff. And if you remember, it didn't come with a red cowling; it came with a white cowling that had a bit of an issue anyway. Now, the one that's just next to me, it didn't have the little board at the back for the cables. It had a red cowling, and it came with the servos already done, and it had like Allen key thumb screws that we'll do in another, I'll show you in another video. I've got another video that I'm going to actually change the ESC in this and program it, and that's going to be another video I'll probably try and do tomorrow. Because what I did notice with this one Even though that obviously you need to set your ESC when you first turn on the transmitter. Well, I haven't shown anyone, so I was quite new to that fact. But also the motor that's in that has got, I don't know if this one has got it. And this sounds like a bag of bolts anyway. I was obviously here. I don't know whether it still works, but yeah. It basically, what happens is when you spin it, you'll get a backfeed of kind of like voltage, and it's the FETs, MOSFETs. There is plenty of stuff around it, because you think, oh, why is that so stiff? Oh, it's broken. It's not. It's where it's got a charge in it. So if you turn on, put the battery in this, and then turn the battery off, it will still sometimes have that sort of, oh god, that's so wrong with that, it's stuck. It's not. If you leave it another half an hour, it's the capacitors will dissipate, the discharge, sorry, their power, it'll be lovely again. This one had that. It was almost like the brake was on, which was pretty random. So when you stop the motor, went to zero in mid-air, the actual prop stopped. It's great for sort of belly landers, but not really this, so I don't, you know, think any issue with that. But I couldn't figure out how to program the ESC that they supplied, so I went out and bought a new one somewhere up around here, but that's not about this video. About the video is the Riot V2. It's only a short one, really. Just also to point out, one of the reasons I haven't got much flight footage is the reason that my batteries are 75C. Now, I didn't get them out and prepare. Of course I didn't. But the 75C and the smaller C, 35 to 45 maybe, I think it is off the top of my head, is the ones you're meant to use. In fact, if you give us a second, pause it right there, and unpause. Crazy. Right, okay, so the battery goes into that compartment in here that you can see is a bit twisted and listed, and then that little cover goes over it. Now, some of my batteries, I mean, these are both 3-cell, and this one is 3-cell 75C discharge, stronger discharge, and this one is a 45 to 90C, so it's like 45, probably 50. But what you can see, if I can try and show you, if I can show you, can you see the thickness? So this one's a lot deeper than this one. These I've got quite a few of, and they don't fit in here. I had a run cam stuck to the little cage. Let me see if I've still got the cage. This is my bag of bits that sort of with the plane. Little spinner. That brings me little spinner, little Velcro. Yeah, just bits that kind of came off the plane, put in the bag. So as you can see, I had my little Velcro. This is the little cage that fits on there, and I couldn't close it. Now these are the only batteries I had on there for this time, and I didn't realise because I didn't put them in there and test. It's silly me. You know, always test everything as much as you can in your workshop before you go to the field. And basically, you know, you don't go with about 1,000 batteries because it'll take you forever to charge them. So my fault, stupid me, don't make that mistake. Make sure the battery fits in your plane before you take it to the field. So anyway, okay, I thought, well, let's go for gold. We had the strap in there, and the battery was fine. The battery stayed in there. You know, we trimmed it because it was a bit nose heavy-ish, but it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Why it crashed, I just don't know. It just suddenly almost just tip-stalled, but it wasn't. So I don't know. I blame myself anyway. But hey ho. But you know, I'm a bit strange that even though this is the V2, I had to make modifications. I buy a new V2, and it comes with a red cowling and all the modifications done. Did I have a V1 that was kind of like V2? Maybe save a bit of money. Just check on that anyway. When you get buy your V2, your modifications should be done. If not, call them up and say why. Okay. So anyway, just to let you know then that these are the batteries, which are fine. You know, nanotech, they're fine. There's one of the first batteries I had, and they fit and they work, and the plane goes around and lovely bits and pieces. I haven't got any footage of the second V2 or the V2 flying around, but it was fantastic, apart from the propeller came off. Yeah, the propeller came off. I've got some calipers, not calipers, micrometer maybe. I need to measure the old motor shaft, the thickness, and the motor shaft of the new one, because I did it as tight as anything, and I bet you bottom dollar I don't know where I put it, because I haven't been in the hangar for a little while. Haven't been in the hangar, so I've kind of been chucking things in here. Look at this heritage hangar. That's another video. Don't forget, check out on Facebook on Dad's RC Hangar if you want to see the pictures. It's a great place to go and sit in a Spitfire, or even just walk around looking. They've even got a Messerschmitt in there that was in the Second World War. It's a fantastic place, but you know, anyway, that is for another video. But I was trying to figure out where I'd put my propeller for this one, and I'm not sure where I put it. Yes, I did. Here it is. That doesn't make much sense anyway. Anyway, basically what it is when it goes on the shaft, and look at the video previous to this maybe, and you'll see it when it goes on the shaft. I done it up super tight, and then when it was flying through the air, and I thought, that sounds really weird. That sounds like, you know, the propeller's not balanced or some random thing going on. And basically, I was buddy boxing, and suddenly this thing flew off the front of the plane. You know, it was like, oh, what's that? What's that? So Keith took over. He says, okay, I got it. You just look where it drops. So, you know, try and look where it drops. I was figuring out what the hell, what was that? And then you saw it on the front. It was the actual propeller that spun off. Now, Keith, being a superhero that he is, thank you very much, my friend, landed the plane, glided. Now, this is the good thing about the Riot V2. Don't get me wrong, this is a great plane. It is better than a Watt 4. It really is. I mean, he glided this plane. It wasn't great, wasn't really windy or whatever. He glided it with no prop from quite a height and landed safely. Fantastic. But then I found the prop, or I say he found the prop. I was looking for the prop, I couldn't find it in the longer grass of around the runways, and I ended up doing it so tight that when I pulled the propeller off to get the motor off the front of the plane, and those are the planes obviously to change the ESC, I literally nearly threw myself to the back of the hangar. It was that tight on there. So I'm going to be using the old propeller and the bit that squishes around the shaft from the crashed one. This is going to be a bag full of spares at the moment. I mean, I was going to just buy a new body, but by the time you spend the money on a new body and this and this, it's just cheap enough to buy a new one. As I say, if you don't expect to crash, you're in the wrong hobby. So, you know, it's not nice. It's not nice at all, because it's money and it's savings that are, you know, put away for this hobby. I need to buy any more planes, of course. I need to learn to fly still on my own, which I haven't done yet. The weather has just been totally crap. So, you know, it's just basically when we can fly, really. But yeah, but you know, as you saw the plane taking off, I mean, it was a bit windy. That was the first one. You haven't got the footage of the second one flying. I don't think I took any footage of it that day. I was more concentrating about flying rather than the video, and I haven't got anyone yet to video for me. But it was a lovely flight. I was flying, as I say, about 9 batteries worth, and I think it's a battery on the 45C. I think it was lasting a good 5, 6, 7 minutes. It wasn't full throttle. You know, there's not a lot of guts to this. I mean, it's a trainer plane, but it enables you to do circuits and figure of eights and getting used to it. Especially what I find is I'll be doing circuits one way and people say do it the other way, and it's like sort of I just can't do it. It's like, whoa, you know, it's yeah, it's a bit weird. It's something to do with the brain. I don't know what it is anyway, but I'm getting used to that on the simulator slowly. And so what I bet another video maybe if I get a chance is about the simulator. A simulator will save you money. You know, any simulator that you can use your transmitter on, there are some out there that are pretty decent priced. I advise you to get it, because this is the nearest thing. You know, set up some wind, set up some bits and pieces so it's realistic as possible, and fly it. And you know, you're crashing that, and that saved you money. You'll crash again, it saved you money, and it does help. Obviously it's not as good as the real thing, but it's pretty close. Real pilots, they use computer software, but a lot bigger simulators, but they still in simulators before they actually fly the real thing. So try and get as much time as you can in simulators. Anyway, so that was a bit of the Maiden-ish of the Riot V2. It is a fantastic plane. As you can see, my V2 has got its nose hanging out. It looks all a bit scary. Also to note, if you ever do take that off, it has 3 washers. One of the ends hasn't got a washer. I don't know if they actually forgot about that, or it's just to do with helping the yaw. I don't know. I want to take this one off to see if there is 4 washers and someone just left the washer off. Probably not, but I've made a note. But this is it's actually here. So this here, excuse my lovely fingernails as usual. I don't know if you can see that because I haven't zoomed it in very well, but that's what goes around your prop shaft. That's what, oh, smashing my planes. That's what goes around there. It seems a lot tighter on this one actually than it does on that one. So I'm going to investigate that some more and find out why my prop spun off and had some fun. But yeah, so I mean that brings it to the end already. It was just a quick video just to show you a bit of flying of the Riot V2. I mean, once I've done this, and I mean, I'm thinking about, I was going to test this one, might be plane, and cut a hole, a rectangle hole here, so I can put the run cam in there, just so it's sticking out there, so I can get some good flight footage. I'm going to test it on this one. That is built. You know, no, I'm going to fix it. Let's test it on that one, see if it's okay, and see if it looks good and everything else. And if it does, then I'm going to stick it on that one. But yeah, so I think the next video will probably be tomorrow, and it'll probably be me putting in a new ESC in the Riot V2, and somewhere around there then I'm going to do my sort of sit in a Spitfire experience while I'm too heavy for just flying a Spitfire, and I haven't got the 2,700 pounds that you need for 20 minutes, probably because I keep crashing aeroplanes and buying new ones. But anyway, that's another video. Listen, thanks for following me. I think I'm up to about 46 now. I know I look at some people and they've got a million subscribers, but you know, I'm just, you know, showing my journey, and hopefully you know, people enjoy my videos and laughing at me or whatever. But thanks for subscribing anyway. I really appreciate it. You know, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You don't have to put the little bell on, so I'm not going to annoy you. You can just look at my videos when you want to see. We've still got another unboxing of another plane to do as well, that's been sitting around since I went to an air show, an RC air show. There's lots to do still, it's just a matter of time. But anyway, keep flying and be safe, and see you soon. Ta-ra.